Let's see another medium level problem from LeetCode. It's a word search. So in this example, you can see there is a two-dimensional array, and in this two-dimensional array we see the character given here. So that's the board. So the board is two-dimensional. It's a byte, so it contains this character, and then we need to search the word, whether the word exists in this board or not. So this is the board. Here you can see the input, and that's a two-dimensional array, and we need to search A, B, C, C, E, D. So you can see A, B, C, C, E, D exist here. So we can search this word in all the four directions. So maybe there's some in this example you can see SEE, so SEE here, or maybe some word can be EES. So let's we need to iterate this, and we need to find out. So what we do, like the solution is, if you go for the solution, this is like we can start with this character, one character. So from this word, like we can take one character from this word, like let's say ABCDA, and then we iterate this loop, and we can check if A exists or not. So each cell we check, and once we find, like if we find the A, like here we find the A, then we call the function, and that function go and check in all the directions, like this side, up, left, and that's the recursion we do there, and then it will find the character, and if once it finds, then we can return true. We can say we found the character. But when we check in all the direction, we have to also be careful, like when our index goes less than 0 or greater than this column or greater than row, then in that case we can return false. So that's the condition we want to use here. So let's write the code for that here. So I can say for I 0, I'm writing the to for loop to traverse, not a traverse, but you can say to iterate this each character here. So A, B, C, one row, second row, third row. So each box will go here and take the character. So for I0, I less than length of board, I plus plus, and for J less than board I and J plus plus. We'll make a variable here. Let's say, I can say it's a count. Count 0. Let's change, put it here inside this inner loop, and that will be used as the index here. So we'll check the condition if this word like the first, we'll check the first character of this word. Like just we want to check the first character of this word word is somewhere in this board. So I'm checking if word 0 is equal to board IJ. If we find the first character A in this board, then we can call the function, and then we go and search in all the directions. So just find word all directions. I'll just call this function, and where I can pass board, I can pass I and j, where we found this, and then I can pass the count, and then the word itself. So call this, and if you find, if this is true, if we find the word, we can return true here. Otherwise we come to the end of this for loop and we can return false if you do not find the word thing. Let's write this function. And then board is type is 2-dimensional, so byte, both types int, this one also int, so 3 variables is the int, and the word is string, and it returns boolean. So here we can check like in this function, when we call in all directions, we increment the count also. So we'll check if the count is, if count length less is equal to length of this word, then we can return true. So this one best condition we can put, because we'll increment the count. And then now we'll check for the outside of this boundary. When index goes outside of the boundary, then we want to return false. So that's the condition I'm checking here. So if I less than 0, so row less than 0, or I greater than equal to length of greater than equal to length of board, or j less than 0, or j greater than equal to length of board I. Or we can also check if the word count like word, so the count is in the beginning, count is 0. If I say the word count, so word count is this a is not equal to this board I a, this value, first one, board I j. So in this all conditions we are going to return false. Otherwise we'll go and call this function and search in all the directions. So just call this function. So board, we're passing ij cnt +1 and then word, and call this in 4 times. And search in the all direction. I +1, I can say I -1, and here I can say j +1, j -1, and I can say here found 1, found 2, found 3, found 4, and if anyone is true, then return true. So return found 1, or found 2, or found 3, or found 4. And we also need to backtracking here, like, so first we'll store this the variable, this just create a temp variable, and the temp variable whatever in the board ij, just put it here, and then I'll make board ij empty, and when I come to the end, here I can say board ij tmp. So let's run this first. Line 5. The length, we need a bracket here. Accepted, submit. Yeah, that's good. So here, like when we search the item and when we come here, like the function, first time we call this function and it comes here, then if it comes here, that means we found the word. If you do not, if you have not found the word, then we can return the false here. Otherwise, like if you have come here, that means we found the word. So if you found the word, then what we do, we make it empty and then proceed with other letter. And then once this all call is completed, then we come at the end and again we'll put the value back over there. So that's what we are doing, this backtracking here. So this seems very easy solution. So I think you can also write this in a Java. So I'm not writing the code for that. So that's all for now. Thank you.